with another cooking holiday Christmas thing going here in secret ingredient cooking. This is going to be chocolate chip pumpkin cookies. So first thing we start with here, I've already measured 1 cup of shortening in here. I'm going to add a whole 2 cups of sugar. This is a kind of a big recipe, and we shall commence to creaming away here until such time as that is together. And then when it is, our next act I've pre-measured out. I've got 1.5 teaspoons baking soda, 1.5 teaspoons baking powder, have 1 teaspoon cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon ginger, and 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg. That is going to go in right about now. You know, for this one, I think we're going to start and get that secret ingredient in there a little earlier this time. We're going to put in the love. Oh, mixing very well, mixing very well. Okay, next up, we're going to be adding 2 teaspoons of vanilla. I mentioned in the past I don't usually measure this precisely and go a little over, but anyway, we will do that this time. So a fat one and a happy 2 teaspoons there. Next up, we're going to go in with 2 eggs. I'm going to stop the mixer for a second, put this down so it's a little easier to get them in there. Okay, now the next thing we're going to add is actually amounts to 1 can of pumpkin is about 15 ounces. This is slightly more. This is fresh pumpkin I cooked down myself. It is a pound of pumpkin. So that is going to go in here. We're going to let this mix up a little. We are now ready to add flour, chocolate chips, and some chopped walnuts. Okay, we're nicely mixed there. We are now going to add a total of 4 cups of flour. This is 2 cups of unbleached white flour. This is 1 cup of whole wheat flour with a couple tablespoons of wheat germ in it. Then I have 1 more cup of flour to add. Here the mixer has to work a little harder now. But time has come. We're adding our cup of chocolate chips. We're going to add our walnuts. Last thing we're going to add is this teaspoon of our coarse salt. Let that mix in a little bit. We now have a dough, very loose dough. It's ready to go in at 375 for 12 to 15 minutes on a greased cookie sheet. We're now going to drop them on about a teaspoon at a time onto that greased cookie sheet. And they're going onto the wire rack for final cool down. Okay, well that's one of a number of cookies we could be doing, but these pumpkin ones are very nice, very chewy. We'll see you again on Secret Ingredient Cooking.